The Hartley Show is an entertainment program and does not own any of the copyrighted material featured in this episode. All copyrighted material featured will be used as fair use for purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, and/or research. Taki. Today on The Hartley Show, I'm going to be talking about this guy, Daredevil, in Season 2 of the show on Netflix. Hey, ya. So, Daredevil Season 2 is out on Netflix now, and my God, is it killing it. Now, that Bernthal, Joe Bernthal, did I say that?
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal, who's playing the Punisher. Just absolutely fantastic. Now, I had some reservations at first because he doesn't have the physical nature of the Punisher. He's a fairly short guy, and he's not that beefy. But man, he plays the hell out of the Punisher. Frank Castle, I've never felt more emotionally connected to the Frank Castle character ever in all the comics I've ever read ever. And one of my favorite things about the way that he plays the character, he has this neat little affectation of his little twitchy trigger finger. He has a little twitchy trigger finger thing that's, seems like a little kind of, I murdered a lot of people and I was a professional killer. When I get a little excitable, I want to pull a trigger and kill people. The take on Elektra is genius. I love the actress who plays her. She has this wonderful exotic quality in her appearance and in her accent. I don't want to give up much in the way of spoiler alerts, but there are some great returns of characters from the prior season. My biggest complaint about Season 1 of the show was right in the end, when he finally put on the suit, his fighting style changed entirely, and all of a sudden there were sparks flying off the suit, and he was fighting from this very defensive standpoint. That's all gone. This Season 2 of the show, it's not all about him just taking hits with the suit. He's moving around quickly again, although there wasn't quite as much parkour dancing around moves as I would have liked to have seen. That is a very, very minor nitpick. I will say my only complaint with the entire series is in the very last episode, and I'm going to leave this as vague as I can because I don't want to spoil anything, but the usage of Punisher right at the end is... it really leaves you wanting more, and it almost feels like the end of a video game, where there's a moment he shows up that seems like a cute little nod, but I would have expected a little bit more. I'll just leave it at that without spoiling things. It really does continue on in a brilliant way. It's wonderful how it incorporates elements from the Jessica Jones show. There's two characters, well, one character from Daredevil, the old night nurse. When she shows up, she references Jessica Jones, and there's a lawyer character from Jessica Jones that references the ongoing things that happen in that. Just genius stuff. Charlie Cox nails it. That's the guy's name, right? Charlie Cox? Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil?
Yes, yeah.
And the inclusion of the guy who will become Gladiator, genius. They really throw more hints that his tech guy, once again, is going to inevitably be Gladiator. Little updates with the suit were fun too. I love the fact that he finally gets his, well, this is a bit of a spoiler alert, his classic Billy Club at some point shows up in the show. Just genius on top of genius on top of genius, Daredevil. They totally won up the Season 1 hallway fight scene in a genius manner. I think it took 3 days to film the whole sequence from what I understand.
That was the stairwell fight?
Yeah, the stairwell fight. So if you like Daredevil Season 1, you gotta watch Daredevil Season 2. It's everything Season 1 was, and maybe even a little more. Like I was saying, my only complaint about Season 1 was the suit. As cool as it looked in stills, the way they incorporated it was unfortunate, I found. But Season 2, not one hint of regret over the suit at all. I think it's genius. Now, would I like to see the double D on his chest, which sounds kind of weird? Yes, and I'm not talking about his moobs. But I don't care. It's all good. The fact that he doesn't have the classic logo on the suit doesn't matter to me, and it leaves plenty of room for the suit to still evolve into what we know of Daredevil. Now, this does follow the Frank Miller Elektra storyline quite concisely, but this takes more of a sort of street-level approach. Although Stick is in the series, his cast of sort of supernaturally superhuman supportive characters aren't there. We don't see the invulnerable stone character who can take shot after shot after shot from the hand ninjas, but it works just fine. There is supernatural, but because Daredevil Season 2, or the Daredevil show overall, really does try to keep it more street level and realistic, it seemed that having too much in the way of superpowers and supernatural abilities would have pushed it too far. It's there, but it's on a street level, almost like Jessica Jones, but more like Daredevil Season 1. So, Daredevil Season 2, I recommend the hell out of it. Go binge watch the bejesus out of it today. So there you have it. Daredevil Season 2 on Netflix. The only bad thing about it is when it's over, it leaves you feeling hollow on the inside because you want more. As always, a giant thanks to you for watching. A massive thanks to Taz for letting us film here as always. And please, please, please donate to our Kickstarter fund today because we need money and we're needy. And we'd like to give you t-shirts and stuff.